Hello everyone. In this video, let's see how we can implement Google Signin to our Serverpod application. To integrate Serverpod with Google Signin, we have to create OAuth 2.0 client IDs in Google Cloud Platform. So let's go into GCP console and create those IDs. Here, let me create a new project and we'll name it as Serverpod. So let's wait till the project gets created. Okay, the project is created. Let's select this project. And in order to make Google sign in, we have to enable some APIs and services. Let's do that. For this, we have to enable people's API. For Google sign in to work in our application, we need to enable people's API. So let's go inside APIs and services. You could see this here. APIs and services. Just click enable APIs and services and you will be in this page. So let's enable the people's API. So let's enable the Google's People API. Now it's done. Next, we have to set up this OAuth screen. In this, we have to provide information about the application which is going to use this service. Select external since we can't select internal because we need a Google workspace in order to select that option. It's fine to have external. Let's go with external. Name is serverpod gmail. And next, let's select a support email ID. And I don't have domain, so I'm leaving it as it is. And in this we are going to give the policy link, terms and services link. So if you have those things for your application, you should provide those links here. For developer contact, provide an email ID and click save and continue to proceed. So next we are going to add scopes. Let's see what are the scopes we need. So we need userinfo.email and userinfo.profile. Let's search that here. So we have this userinfo.email. Let's select that and userinfo.profile. So we'll also select this. So we have selected two things and you could see those are added here and done. So suppose if you are going to add more scope, you could add this as per your business requirements. So suppose if your application is going to use data store, cloud data store, you could add this to your application. To keep things simple, we'll just go with this two, and that's all we need. Test users, so make sure you add the test user. We'll add a test user. So make sure you use this email to sign in because we have a limit of 100 sign-ins. If you are going to use other email other than this email ID, and that 100 count will be reduced, and once it reaches 0 you can't sign in anymore. So make sure you use a test user and you always sign in with that during your testing. So that's done, and this is summary of our application. It's done. So we have completed step 1. We have enabled people's API in Google Cloud Consoles and we have created OAuth screen. Next we'll go to the credentials page. Okay, so now we have to create credentials. Let's do that. Insert credentials, you could see this option, right? OAuth 2.0 client IDs. We have to create that one. So let's select that, and it's our web application. So authorized JavaScript origin. So make sure we enter this URL and our Flutter application runs in this port. For redirect, we'll use the same, and make sure you have selected web, and this name is just a identification name which you use to identify in the console. And for JavaScript origin, make sure you follow the HTTP protocol and it has a port, and that port should be used while we are running the application. So that's it. Let's create this one. Now download this JSON file and rename it as Google Client Secret.json as it's mentioned in the documentation, and save this file inside the config directory of the server project. So we'll save that here. Next, we have to create client IDs for Android and iOS. So let's select Android and we have to give the package names. Just go inside android.manifest file and here you could see the package name. Just copy this package name and you could paste that here. For SHA1 certificate, copy the command below here. Go to the terminal, paste the command and here the path to debug key and execute the command. Once it's done, it's going to ask the password. Enter the password for the key store. We'll just copy this. We'll go here. We'll paste the key and click create. So it's done for Android. Basically, we no need the file to be downloaded for Android and iOS. I will explain that later and see how we implement the same for Android and iOS. So here we have this bundle ID. Open Xcode and in runner you could see the bundle identifier. Use this bundle identifier com.email.flutter. So it's all done. We have created the client IDs for three and that's all we have to do in Google Cloud. So let's move back to Serverpod side. So from the Flutter side, we just need to add this and the version is 0.9.21. The latest one, we'll use that. We have added this login page and inside this login page, we have the sign in with Google button and on a successful sign in we are just moving the material route page and moving to my home screen page and we have the my home screen page here and inside sign in with Google we have this caller and we are pausing the auth module. For the redirect URI we are just using the same URL which we specified in the Google Cloud Console and this client ID here we go to the web and we copy the client ID and we use this client ID here. So that's it for the Google sign in when it comes to web. So let's now run this application. We'll go with Chrome and in the port which we specified in GCP. Now let's try to sign in. Let me provide my credentials and let's see are we able to log in or not. Sign in is successfully completed and we are able to see the home screen. In upcoming video, let's see how we can implement the same for Android and iOS. Bye bye.